Oh, hey there, Eddie's back. Now that must mean that it's time to talk about the oh-so-slick X17.
Absolutely. Hey guys, we're so excited, and it's such a pleasure and such an honor to actually formally introduce the X series line of laptops. Now, before I get into that, I do want to talk a little bit about what goes into these machines. We work with a very talented and huge team of engineers, planners, marketers, creatives, etc. And when we think about planning these products, we make sure to include innovations, high performance, premium quality, and a design that inspires people to use them. So that's really, really important. And the X series is really all about innovation. We had to introduce technologies that just didn't exist to make these notebooks actually happen.
That's so cool. I mean, I feel like JD and I feel like we've been seeing this teased online now for a little bit, but this is the first up-close in-person viewing. So what can you tell us about this beautiful notebook?
Oh my gosh. So hey, this is actually our thinnest 17-inch notebook to date.
Nice.
And that doesn't mean that it's not powerful. Under the hood, there's all kinds of performance features. In fact, this system is also featuring Intel's 11th generation Core i processors. In fact, you can get up to an i9K into that configuration. So,
Nice.
lots of performance from that CPU. And then we couple that with our NVIDIA GeForce RTX 30 series graphics as well. This system will be able to have up to 16 gigs of graphics memory, and it'll support a maximum graphics power of 165 watts. So with that CPU and that GPU, oh man, it's going to be amazing. And so, hey, that's incredible, an incredible level of performance. Memory on this system is also upgradable. So, that's a really, really cool story, despite how thin this is.
Yeah.
And yeah, so impressed and so happy about that.
That's really, really impressive to have that now. I mean, so upgradable, super high performance, and I mean, are we talking the same keyboard that JD loves?
I do love my keys.
Well, hey, yeah, I'm super excited to say that we are also going to be offering the Cherry MX ultra low profile keyboard on this system. So that's incredible, right? We're going to be offering that keyboard on almost all of our notebooks, and it's absolutely, it changes the game. So check it out if you get a chance.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and so this is super thin. It's super light. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of people out there who are maybe DIY, PC, modders, upgraders, builders that are kind of just wondering how you fit all that tech into this tiny device.
Absolutely. So hey, like I mentioned before, we had to create technologies that just didn't exist to achieve this level of thinness and this level of performance. So we're really, really stoked to talk about that stuff. And in fact, later on in the show, Travis North is going to be talking about in detail how we got there. But I can give you guys, just sort of the cliff notes, if you will, right?
Please do.
Sure.
So our new Alienware Cryotech cooling technology on this system is bringing in a quad fan design. So that's actually one of the patents that we actually had to submit. It's a brand new quad fan design. These fans are independently controlled and they're smart. So they'll actually spin up and spin down, according to whatever you're doing, if you're gaming, if you're just checking out email or whatever. And that's absolutely cool, right?
Yeah.
Literally. So some of those fans actually just blow air through the system, and some of those fans are actually designed to make sure that the pressure level inside the system is making sure that everything is also cool. So other components beyond just the GPU and the CPU.
Okay.
And it doesn't just stop there. We're actually also introducing our Element 31 thermal interface material. Now that stuff is amazing. So we had to also create this. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
And it's called Element 31 because the main ingredient in there is gallium. And gallium is the 31st element on the periodic table.
There it is.
So that's an easy way to remember why it's called Element 31. But hey, what does it do for us? Well, it delivers a 25% improvement on thermal resistance. So it's just that it's actually a liquid metal type of material, and it sits on the CPU, and it's just pulling heat out, right? We learned from gamers all around the world that thermals are important, so we got to work, rolled our sleeves back, and now we have what is our thinnest 17-inch notebook, but it's actually incredibly powerful and delivering incredible amounts of performance. So whatever you want to do, whether it's gaming or streaming or whatever, you're going to be able to have an amazing experience with this machine.
I love that.
That sounds like an awesome improvement. That sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds great. You know, I heard that you may or may not have brought a surprise with you. I mean, I'm on stage. I'm doing my thing. I'm just working. We're doing our stuff. But I noticed something. There's something behind the stage. I was just, this just caught my eye. I was just like, what? What
shit.
is?
Scoot this over.
Oh yeah. Feel free to explain.
I mean, it's a box.
Explain to the people
right?
what's
So we brought this here, right? So I guess what we're showing off today is, well, I'll just take it out real slowly so you guys can check it out. This is, I mean, this packaging is pretty sweet, right?
Yes, it is.
It's actually beautiful. Actually, I do want to share something that I really care about too. This piece of the packaging right here is actually entirely made from sustainable materials. In fact, we're using ocean-bound plastics and other recycled materials in here, and that's really cool. This year, Alienware has begun using recycled plastics and ocean-bound plastics and recycled materials on all of our notebooks. So that's a really, really cool story as well. But
That's awesome.
let's get inside. Let's check it out. So, just want to open it real slowly and show you guys this beautiful packaging. So this is, it's an honor to formally introduce the Alienware x15 gaming notebook. And I'll show it to you guys. You guys can see it. This is the thinnest notebook we've ever made. It's actually beautiful. So this is actually the world's most powerful sub 16 millimeter 15-inch gaming laptop.
Wait,
so,
and Eddie, you said the X15. This is the first time anybody is seeing this device outside of Alienware. Is that correct?
yeah, so today is when the news broke out, but this is the first time that we're talking about it publicly, with the community and everyone. So this is super, super cool, and I just want to show it off. Check out how thin that is.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
I like it. Look at those lights.
That's super
Looks
cool.
great.
Yeah, so we actually had to do a lot of things that we've never done before to accomplish this. I mean, just on the inside, looking, if you take a look at the motherboard, if you look at the pictures on the screen, it also uses the quad fan design, but the motherboard inside had to use different kinds of orientations for the processor, for example, just to make sure that everything could fit and still deliver the performance level that gamers expect. So that's a really, really cool story. I mean, think about it. If you look at the actual board, all the traces, it's incredibly dense. So our engineers, our architects went to work, and it's just amazing what they do. So
Well, thank you for giving us that sneak peek into kind of like the wizardry that goes on
definitely is wizardry
inside
in there,
this
for sure.
design process to get the thinnest
Yeah.
with this type of performance, which is really cool. So, I mean, can you talk to us about the performance options?
Yeah, for
available in
sure.
this?
So, it'll also offer the 11th gen Intel Core i processors up to an i9.
Okay.
And from a graphics perspective, it'll also offer the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 30 series up to a 3080.
Nice.
So that's really cool. And that 3080 will deliver up to 110 watts of maximum graphics power. So tons of performance, again, on this machine, right? We have to offer performance. It's one of our product tenets. And so, it's just incredible that we could deliver that on such a small form factor. So hope gamers love it. If you care about mobility, but you care about performance, this is one of our PC gaming masterpieces. So hope everybody loves it.
You love to see it. And I know the materials that went into this have to be like extensive. I know that it's
Oh,
just
for sure, yeah.
quality.
Our industrial design team is top notch. I mean, this is part of our Legend 2.0 industrial design. It's an evolved design language. For the X15, we actually had to incorporate CNC machined aluminum parts and magnesium alloy to achieve that level of thinness, to achieve the lightness, but still maintain that structural rigidity that gamers love in our products.
Yeah.
So it's just breathtaking. It's pretty badass.
And I see that it comes in the lunar light. I have to ask, how does it hold up as far as cleanliness? Anytime you get anything that's kind of on that lighter spectrum, you got to worry about getting stains. I mean, it's beautiful right now.
I'm glad you asked, right? So we have a team back in Austin. They developed this paint formula. It's actually our high-endurance clear coat paint formula, and it's meant to prevent stains. So for anyone who's concerned about that, it's okay. This lunar light paint is actually incorporating that same paint formula that we actually introduced a couple generations ago, but I'm glad you brought it up because it's good to refresh and remind everybody all about that. So really, really cool materials, paint formulas, and just an overall architecture that's breathtaking.
Look, I'm a visual person. So I enjoy seeing these beautiful lights that I'm checking out on the back end, and also just the paint on this. How do you achieve? How do you, I'm very
Well,
curious.
we stepped up the light actually. So, I'll pick it up again and I'll show you guys the
course.
rear. So if you look at, and this is actually this shape, if you guys didn't know that, it's called a disco rectangle. Just want to lean into that for a second. Yeah, you could look it up, disco
Lean
rectangle.
into it. I
It's
love
legit,
it.
legit. Or you can call it a stadium, right? So that's actually, you can look that
okay.
up. So, what's amazing about this lighting is that we actually used, on the X15, there's 90 micro LEDs. So the quality of the lighting is definitely several notches up from anything we've done in the past. On the X17, it's actually 100 micro LEDs. So
Cool.
a beautiful execution from our design team, from our engineers, and from our architects, just to deliver this incredible product that you could actually customize the lights. You can turn them off. You can make them change, all according to however you want to express yourself and your gaming lifestyle.
Cool.
So
All through
definitely-
AlienFX?
Yeah, through the software for sure. Yeah, and you could actually, there's several other lighting zones that you could customize as well.
Wait, hold on. We have not seen a light-up trackpad in an Alienware laptop in a few generations, if I'm not mistaken.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. So we're actually going to be offering that light-up touchpad with all configurations based on the 3080 graphics.
Okay.
So you'll be able to get it. I just want to make sure it's clear, guys. If you want to get the touchpad, you got to go with the 3080. So really, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
How'd you like the touchpad?
I love it. The customizable light-up touchpad it's amazing. I remember having this, like I said, a few generations ago and getting compliments on it everywhere. I'm super excited to see it brought back. So thank you for that. When it comes to the display technologies that are in this new X15,
Oh, man.
tell me what we got there.
It's so dope. It's so dope. First of all the options on the X15 are going to offer our Comfort View Plus low blue light technology. So, and it's hardware based.
Okay.
So if you're concerned about, having your picture degrading or anything, that's not going to happen. So that's a plus. But we also have an FHD 165 option, a QHD 240 hertz option, and if you're a competitive gamer, you can get an FHD 360 hertz option.
Nice.
Now, the 240 and the 360, they both include NVIDIA's G-Sync technology, right, with their advanced Optimus technology as well. So you're going to get the smoothness that you love about G-Sync with all the perks from advanced Optimus at the same time. And also, all of these panels offer the Windows Hello IR camera. So you could use your face as, facial recognition to get into the system. So lots of tech just on the panel itself. Beautiful displays, fast displays, right? So you're getting performance, you're getting beauty, and lots of functionality as well, just from the screen itself. So I'm glad you asked. It's a good question.
And the cooling, I'm assuming, is very cool as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's so cool. It's the coolest.
The most cool.
I'm sure the Cryotech is going in all these. This is great.
It is, yeah. So all of our X Series products are going to use that quad fan design that I talked about. We've got all kinds of copper heat pipes all over the place. And we're also using our evacuative fans and our dual opposite outlet fans, like I mentioned, with the X17. So we're moving air through the system and making sure that the pressure inside is maintained at the right level to make sure that that you're getting the performance that you want, and we're maintaining those temperatures where they need to be. But again, Travis is going to talk all about that, in a segment down the show. So super pumped about that.
I may have also heard that you guys have kind of updated the form factor of the adapter.
Oh yeah, for sure. Actually, we've got one in here. I'll show you guys
Pull that bad
in a
boy
second for sure. Yeah, we're introducing this small form factor 240 watt power adapter. So it's really, really tiny. It's Alienware branded, which is cool too. But again, for gamers that have struggled with giant power adapters, this is going to be a huge perk, right? It is volumetrically smaller, it's lighter, and it's more efficient. So definitely kudos to all the teams that worked on this. I think it's a small detail, but everything counts in large amounts, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely stoked about it.
Do you
Yeah, sure.
mind if I check out
Check
how
it
light
out.
it is?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, this is definitely lighter than what I put in my
Yeah.
bag to travel here with today.
So all of the X15 configurations will use that adapter.
Okay.
On the X17, some of them will use our 330 watt adapter that we've had in the past, but most of them actually use that one. So,
This is awesome.
yeah, that's pretty cool. That's
Well
pretty cool.
done, team.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So thank you for showing us these today. If
For sure.
people want a more in-depth look at these for everybody who's at home, is there
Yeah.
a way that they can do that?
Well, for the folks watching back home, right now, these are available in China and in the US. There's actually a QR code that you guys can check out. If you check it out, you could actually learn more about it. There's an augmented reality experience in there that you could go through some of the features. Just check out that QR code on the screen, and you should learn some more about it. It'd be awesome.
I'm curious to know, for the augmented reality experience, is it very immersive? Is it one of those types of experiences where you're just like, you're in it, you're seeing it all, it's taking you? Because I love when you throw the augmented reality up and you're like, oh, look, there's a pony in my living room. You know how that happens?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
So I can't guarantee any ponies. Sorry to disappoint that. We got to work on that, guys. I don't know what we're going to do. It's something we got to work on. But it's really neat, right? If you want to learn more, the team did a really good job covering, some of the highlights, and you can get more angles on the product itself, so you can check it out and get an idea for the design and just, what it would look like if you had it in your own collection.
That is so nice. Well, thank you. This has been so unbelievably cool to be this up close and personal with this new tech. So, Eddie, thank you so much. This was such a treat.
Hey, it's a blast. Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, thank you.
You guys are doing a killer job.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good job, my dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope, Chad, I hope y'all feel the same way. I know, I'm killing it. We're having a fun time. This is an amazing announcement of these X series laptops. Thank you so much for coming out.
Sure. And to everyone back in the office, congrats, guys. We did this. To everyone back home, enjoy.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Eddie. We will see you a little bit later in the show, I believe.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Well, I have to say, I love everything about that concept.
Me too. Me too. I'm not sure my heart can handle all of this excitement that we've got going on today. And I'm running out of ways of saying awesome and amazing and fantastic.
Well, JD, the show's not over yet, so make sure you put your thinking cap on, because we're going to do a deep dive on some of the brand new technology behind the M and X series laptops with Travis North.
Hello, my name is Travis Christian North. I'm a thermal technologist with Dell Technologies, and my focus is power, cooling, and performance. Excited to be with you guys today. We're going to talk about our Alienware products, specifically our X series, and all the cool thermal innovations we have basically developed for this product to help you game. So Cryotech is our engineering approach to cooling, and the focus of Cryotech is packaging the hardware and software to give you the ultimate gaming experience. We don't want to limit you. When we looked at our previous generation of products, the increase in power associated with CPUs, GPU boost, we realized that the thermal resistance of the interface material, the grease, was one of the limitations or the key limitation in our products. Looking at fundamental physics, we identified that we needed to increase the thermal capacitance and thermal conductivity. Researching this, we went to the approach of using a liquid metal and optimizing the product to ensure that we could get the energy out and into the liquid metal while limiting any of the downsides of liquid metal TEMs. Gallium by itself with aluminum is corrosive. The additives typically oxidize and you can lose performance over time. We approached this problem, identified a new material which is a silicon encapsulated gallium to give us all the benefits of liquid metal and limit the negative impacts of oxidation in the platform. Through this approach, we have an Alienware exclusive material called Element 31. Element 31 gives us that capability to really drive that energy out from the CPU into a thermal tunnel. The gallium collapses and creates a pathway into the base of the heatsink or the heat pipe itself. The material is great. If you look at the overall performance over the previous generation, it was a 7.6 C reduction in junction temperature, and it was over a 13 watts of additional power we could support on the program itself. So we're excited. It's an Alienware exclusive, and it's going to help you game longer. I'm excited to talk about another part of Cryotech. When we talk about hardware, it comes to fans. Independent of the liquid metal TEM, the second key factor in our analysis was maximizing airflow through the box. The motherboard itself was one of the limiting items. By shrinking the motherboard, we allowed space for 4 fans. In particular, if you look at our 17-inch product, we could place a 95 millimeter fans in the back. Our 15-inch product was an 82. Those fans, as far as placement and location, gave us the opportunity to optimize airflow through the system. Those fans, in addition, they're not just any fans. They're liquid crystal polymer fans, and they actually run on 12 volts. The 12 volts is more efficient from an overall power perspective, giving us the capability to burst performance through the box while maintaining airflow. Those 4 fans, additionally, the back 2 are dual outlet, where they exhaust out the back and the side of the system. We have a third patented Dell fan called dual opposite outlet. This fan is very unique in that the impeller is maximized and allows airflow to blow out through a fin stack, but it also positively pressurizes the box to cool the internal components. For this particular system, the M.2s are located in front of that fan, so we are using the dual opposite outlet fan to cool the M.2s and exhaust out the other side of the system. Further, if you look at the layout of the system, we've optimized the venting structure, the impedance, the foot height and foot location to streamline airflow through the box, where most of the pressure resistance for those fans are located in the fin stack itself. In addition, we have what we call smart fan control. Each one of those fans is tuned off dedicated sensors within the board. The DOO fan, for example, is tuned off the M.2 and individual components within the modules of the system. That allows us to pressurize the system and cool the skins. The additional fans, like the back two rear fans, are primarily focused on CPU and GPU. We can burst cooling when we need it while keeping acoustics low to optimize performance for you to keep you gaming. In addition to hardware, the software is just as important. So if we look at the software innovations we had with Cryotech in this generation on our X series, the independent smart fan control was critical to managing the quad fans, or the 4 solutions. What happens is the motherboard itself, we have distributed sensors along the boards, CPU, GPU, M.2, various components on the board to optimize control of each individual fan. The DOO, the dual opposite outlet fan, is focused on cooling the M.2 modules and skins through the core of the system. The back rear 2 fans, the dual exhaust fans, not the dual opposite outlet fans, are controlled off the CPU and GPU. In addition to the smart fan control, we have tailored power states. This one I'm excited about. In BIOS, you have the capability to basically tune, do you want primary CPU performance or GPU, and you can bias it. So if you're running VR workloads, and let's say you're doing something that's heavy frame rate intensive, maybe we want to focus on the GPU, it gives you that capability. Similarly, if you're doing rendering, digital content creation, you can bias the overall power share towards the CPU itself, so you can do the data crunching that you need. It gives you the flexibility to tune the system for what you need to do. Yeah, as you can see from the amount of innovation and technology from hardware and software, we have had an extensive team that put our heart and soul into these products. We're excited to bring a product for gamers by gamers, and we'd love to continue the conversation with you on social media, so please reach out if you have any questions.